I'm wearing my Pride and Prejudice scarf and I'm about to do my first ever book haul. I'm really excited. I have a really good mix here. I'm just gonna jump straight into the haul. The first two books I got from the book depository. I ordered them such a long time ago, forgetting that one was a pre-order, and then also shipping to Canada takes forever, so I finally have it in my hands. The first book is Wing Jones by Catherine Weber. I heard Sana from Books and Quills talking about this with the author. How do I describe this? A young girl's brother commits a really bad crime, and then her family refuses to deal with it, and they kind of brushed under the rug, and they just don't think it's a bad thing, and then she picks up running and then becomes really good at it. And there's a magical realism aspect in the book that I don't remember how magical realism is. And it seemed intriguing to me. I have been trying to read more magical realism, and then also the pages. I think you can see it, but the pages are really pretty, a really pretty pink and purple gradient. And if there's anything to know about me in regards to books, pretty covers don't really do so much for me. I do like pretty editions of books, but I won't specifically buy a book for a pretty cover. However, I will buy a book that has colored pages on it, so this is my vice. The other book I got from the book depository is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor, which also, in fact, has blue pages and has a stamp of her signature. But I did specifically buy this edition of Strange the Dreamer, which is ironic because I just said I don't buy pretty editions of books. It's my most anticipated book of the past 2 years because it was supposed to be published last year. I love Laini Taylor. She's one of my favorite authors, and I can't wait to read what else she's come up with. And I know nothing about this book. I don't want to know anything about the plot. I think Laini Taylor's other trilogy is best to go in with knowing not much. So the only thing I know is that it's dual perspective, I believe. Don't quote me on it though. The next 3 books I'm going to lump together because I know very little about each of them, and I bought them at the same time. Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough, The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware, and I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh. These are all thrillers, and I've been recently somewhat intrigued in adult thrillers, and I know that I think I Let You Go is really well liked in the thriller community. You are going to quickly realize that I don't know much about the books that I read. I tend to go into them blind, so the summaries may be a little bit lacking. Sorry. The next book I picked up was A Quiet Kind of Thunder by Sarah Bernard, and I've always wanted to read her other book, Beautiful Broken Things, and I was actually going to pick up that one too, but the spine was really damaged. I believe this is a YA male-female contemporary romance about a boy who is deaf and a girl with selective mutism. You know, the book just really intrigued me. I've never read a book about selective mutism, or I don't even know. No, I have read a book about deaf people before, but that was Soundless, and that book was garbage. Yeah, no, this one just really intrigued me. This book I'm super excited for. It is The Black Prism by Brent Weeks. I have been dying to pick up this series ever since Reagan from Peruse Project has been talking about it. The only thing I really know about this one is the magic system is based on the spectrum of light, and the more colors I don't know if you can see them or if you can, or if you can just access them, but the more colors there are, the more powerful you are. However, the more you use your power, it shortens your lifespan. And that's just such a cool premise for a fantasy series. And I'm pretty sure the last book in the series will be coming out soon, so I'm gonna slowly make my way through this series. I nearly forgot to haul this book because I just purchased it yesterday, but it is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. This book is set in World War II Nazi-occupied France, I believe, and it's about sisters during the war. And normally war stories are, again, on the front lines, and they have a lot of male characters. So yeah, I just think it's a different type of war story, and one that I think I really will enjoy. Now onto the unboxing. I could not find scissors, but this is actually working out quite well. Okay, I remember now. I picked up Middlemarch by George Eliot and Madame Bovary by Gustave Flaubert. These are the Penguin Drop Caps edition, and they're very pretty. This one is a little bit beat up, so hopefully I'll be able to clean it up a bit, but I know nothing about them. I just want to own the Penguin Drop Cap collection, which I know sounds bad, but they're just so pretty. Oh! Yeah, don't remember buying this one, but it's The Walled City by Ryan Groudon. I know her other duology, the Wolf by Wolf duology, is super popular, and I haven't actually read that one as well, but this is a fantasy standalone, and I think it was $2 possibly, so yeah, I grabbed it. I also grabbed Frozen Tides by Morgan Rhodes. This is the 4th book in the series. I've only read the first one, but the first book in the Fallen Kingdom series is Fallen Kingdoms, and it follows 3 warring nations, and it is a multi-perspective novel. And well, that's bad. I don't remember much of what happened in the first one. I don't want to have to reread it before I continue on in the series. Oh no. Great. I also grabbed a tattoo coloring book. I really like adult coloring books, and I really like tattoos. Why is there blue in it? I don't like that. That's dumb. There's blue on every page. Huh. A little bit annoying. Just a bit. I also grabbed this really cute edition of Snow White by the Brothers Grimm. I want to read a lot of the classic fairy tales, especially with all of the retellings that are currently out in YA, and I think it would be fun to read the actual story first and then directly dive into a retelling. Just be an interesting way to see how well the author does. And I also want to see how it differs from the Disney movie, because I think that's how most of us really think of the original story, and I want to see how it differs, because they typically tend to be a lot darker. The last book in this haul, and one that I am most excited for other than Strange the Dreamer, is Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna Maguire. I'm so excited to read Every Heart a Doorway because it's been all over BookTube for the past year, and it was so many people's favorite books of last year, and if you didn't already know, Every Heart a Doorway follows a bunch of children who went to a different magical world via kind of the Narnia route, and then they get sent back for whatever reason, and they're grieving and they want to come back, but nobody actually believes that they were, no one believes that they were actually, that they actually went there. No one believes them, so they get sent to a school that says that they deal with these kinds of cases. But I think the school tells them, no, we believe you and we want to get back. And this book has been talked about so much. I can't wait for it. I'm very excited. So that is my haul. I can't wait. So that's my haul. That was my first ever book haul. Reflecting, I don't think I summed up too many of these books too well, but I'm working on it. I'd like to know which book in this haul that maybe you've read or you are planning to read as well, because I have two, which is obviously Every Heart a Doorway and Strange the Dreamer, but I'd like to know your opinions. Thanks for watching. Bye.